morning, YouTube. This is Debbie Gruber from Lots of Knots Ceramics, and I want to take you on my next journey on my Zeus path here. This is my dog Zeus, and I'm painting him to look like my dog. So, isn't he beautiful? I just love him. So, I want to show you a little bit about what I want to do with this tongue over here. I put mauve, just to refresh you. Mauve is here, and this is a dark holiday color, which you can get here. Really good paint. And this is really awesome stuff. This is varnish in a bottle. I always buy gloss because it meets my needs for every project that I need to do. So I really don't buy matte. I always buy gloss. And this is how I get the beautiful drool to come off this dog's face. And that's another reason why I wanted to do his face first. One reason is for that. The other reason is because, you know, I have him in my front window, and when people walk by, I want them to see this beautiful dog, not looking at something that's, you know, not finished. So that's the other reason. Now, what I do with this gloss stuff, I get a decent sized brush, and I put a lot on there, as much as I can get on there. Okay, and then I kind of put it here and let it fall. See how it's gonna fall? See it coming down? There. Now, some of that's gonna stay on there, and some of that's gonna drip off. I don't care. Now, I'm gonna wash my brush, so I get that varnish out of the brush. I always keep the brushes clean, and you know, try not to leave them in the water, because you leave them in the water, they get ruined. So just make sure that you do. Okay. After this, then I want to do more here, but I'm not ready for that yet. When I use this gloss, I use it on the eyes to make the eyes shiny. And I also put it on the dog's nose to make his nose shiny. But I do that later on in the video, because first I'm going to have to put a protectant on it. And I always like to put a flat, matte protection on things that I know are going to go outside. Because sometimes the light just hits it the wrong way, and instead of you being able to see the beautiful detail that you put into your artwork, it masks it, and you can't see the detail. So I usually use matte when I go outside. There are exceptions to every rule. And then I put gloss here and gloss here. So that way it shines and it makes the dog look like he's alive. And then people have to do a double take when he's finished, because he does look like he's alive. Now I'm just going to grab another plate, just a plain plate. It's all stuff is washes off real nice. And I have just the colors that I've used on Zeus. I have fawn, a little bit of black, just so I have every color of my little paint palette that I need. I like using these instead of using the little plates that you can buy that have like little sections in them. And the reason is I can grab any color and mix any color I want to right next to it, and I can get the job done quickly. There. That's the brown, that dark burnt umber. Of course, we need white, and in this time we'll need more white than anything else. And we need this what color is this? Mauve. We don't need that right now. Okay, we're good. Now I'm just going to grab my paintbrush, and I've done all the markings on Zeus that need to be done. Now I want to come in with some water, and I want to start shading in on the top of the dog. So I'm going to come around on this side so you can see. But I always want to start my videos from now till the end with the face, because I have to keep putting more and more coats of that stuff onto there to get that to drip. It's worth it in the end when you see it. And over here I got a little bit of paint too far, it doesn't want to go in. So again, I always look backwards and forwards so I can change whatever I'm looking at that I don't like. There. There's a little bit of this part of my dog is very solid. No extra colors coming in. Okay. So any place I see anything like that, I just touch it real quick. Now I've got water in here because I don't want the full strength of the color in here, because these folds are not markings, they're just folds. And what I'm doing is I'm putting in the gift of the light, which comes from God. God throws it to the sun throws it down to the earth. So when I look at my piece, I have to say, if I was the sun, where would I hit? So it's going to hit good here because there's nothing to block it. But over here where the fold over is, the light's going to go straight down, it's not going to bend. So in here, you want to put it a little bit darker because the sun can't reach there. Simple as that. And you can make it as dark or as light as you want. And I always tend to grab it with my fingers when I can, because I don't like anything to look like it was painted. Because in my opinion, if it looks painted, then it looks fake. And I like to make my things look as real as I can, as close to the real thing as possible. Now the bigger the fold, then the more darker paint will be there, because it'll be a little darker. Light won't be able to get in. And then over here, there's a dent here, so I'm going to put that dent in. If they put it in the piece, you should highlight it in the end. There, look how beautiful that is. And this is the fun part. Well, I think it's the fun part. Knowing, where to put the stuff just to make them come alive. This is a pretty good size one here, so I'm going a little darker. Now, if you went over here and you thought, oh, that's too dark, that's okay. All you got to do is grab a little bit of the water, wipe your towel off, wipe it off on your towel because you want to control the amount of water that you have coming out. And just lighten it up. See, that's why, because you don't want to catch a run. But I try to keep this here just for those kinds of emergencies. Okay, and then you can stretch it out farther, see? Just by doing that. Now this one over here, that was a total mess. Yay for me. This is a big, deep one here. So I'm going to go straight to the regular paint and take it. See? And by doing that, look how that just comes alive with you. And this is going to make his leg pop off. I'm separating his leg from the rest of the body. Now you can see that he has a leg. From across the room, across the yard, you can see that he has a leg. And sometimes when you get the paint where you don't want it, sometimes I can wipe it with my finger and take it right out. And if not, then I've got the other color right here and I can just come back the other direction and it's just fine. See? Now that looks like it's running because it is, so I just wanted to emphasize and show you guys what I was talking about. So I want to fix that. And this is a small little ripple right there. And this is a muscle right here. I can see this muscle. So I'm going to give him that muscle. Watch it pop out. It's going to pop right out at you. And then in here, see this here? This ends the muscle. And then the light is really far away from him now. So I'm really going to get it in. And look at that mess. See? And just move my brush back and forth. You know how cool that is? You have to get a little darker in here. It's not dark enough to me. Just move it around. And this is the reason why I'm always covered in paint. Because I paint with my hands a lot. And I'm just going to get in around his head where those little folds, and get those folds in there. And I can see up here, his ear should be solid, but his ear would not go onto his body. So I have the other color, which is fawn, and I'm just going to bring it in and clean it up. So it's crisp. And smooth out the paint, because you want any blobs over there. Now this I like because it would be uneven like this, and that's a deliberate move. So I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to clean out my brush, look at the put fawn in here. I don't want it to mix with the brown, the dark brown that I'm actually using right now. Now you can see, this is also where there's a nice, oh look, my paintbrush needed a blue mark. That's terrible. Let's cover that up. And just go like this and cover this up. There's a big indent here. So I'm just going to kind of make it like even at first, and then you can adjust it however you want once you get it. I cover everything, you don't want to leave any of that fawn color showing through because then it looks fake. Again, you don't want that. There's like a piece right here that's sticking up. So I'm going to leave that alone and let it stick up. You put it there, let's show it to you. There, perfect. Now I need a little bit of water because I ran out. And I want to smear this a little bit. See, look at that. I just added a little water to my paintbrush. And then I got that, and I'm going to smear it out. So it just kind of like dissipates until it's gone. See? Look how nice that is. That looks really good. Now right in here, I think it's going to be a little darker, just because that's my personal taste. But you can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. If it comes from inside you, it's always right. So don't be afraid to play around. If I decided that I didn't like this, these are acrylic paints. Any color goes over the top of any color. So if you put something on here that you don't like, go back to fawn and try again. That's the beauty of this paint. Mistake-proof. This piece isn't done until I say, okay, I'm done. There's a little bit here, but it's very light, so I don't want to put. So just to make it sure, right here there's a muscle. He's got lots of muscles. He's a brute. He's a beautiful brute. Who pushes me along my house. When he wants something, he pushes me. Wherever he wants me to go. And trust me, he gives me a shove and I go because I don't have a choice. He pushed me. Now I'm going to clean my brush off and I'm going to come around to the front so that way I can work on his front just a little bit. He's got white coming in here, so I want to show that to you. Let me clean out my brush because I'm going to white. I'm looking at a cheap picture of my dog, so give me a second. There we go. And he's got white coming in here. I'm gonna have to sit down because I'm not too short, see? There, now get some of this white, just get a little bit on your brush, you don't need a lot. Well, a little bit of white, look how that, a little bit of white goes such a long way. Now, on this part, I don't care if some of the color's showing through because on my dog it is showing through. So it's fine with me over here. But not on the top where he doesn't have that happening. So I'm trying to make it look like my real dog. And why is that? Because first of all, because he's beautiful. And look at him, he's just beautiful. And second of all, I've already painted him twice and sold him twice. So, you know, I got a winner here. Maybe get a little bit of white here. This is a marking kind of. This is the light shining on. And I just want to put this up a little bit. Not everywhere, just where it's really sticking up. Like right here, right here. I look for the spots where it's sticking up. Put a little bit here, but I don't want it to be bold, just, you know, subtle, just a little subtle. So that's where the light will shoot. See? Here. A little bit here. And you know, it kind of helps when the lights in the room are actually kind of like where they fall. That's the light for me. It works out for my talents every time. See? Now look how cool that looks. Nice to come into life. And I got little teeth over here that need another coat. Remember, I always tell you I look forward and backwards. So I'm just going to stick a little bit more paint over here. So when I come around and paint this, you won't be waiting for me to have it dry. See? Okay, and then on this part over here, I'm just going to move them just a little bit. And do the same thing. Takes off some of this paint and then just put some more white here. Perfect. Look how beautiful he is. Isn't he the most beautiful dog I ever saw? And look, the drool's there. Do you see it? Now, I don't know if it'll stay here because it might drip off. Could drip off on me. I'm sitting right below it. I hope that doesn't happen. I've been full of paint before. It's a good thing I don't mind because some days I'm pretty full of paint. And I love it. One thing about getting dirty, you can always clean yourself right back up. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop right there for today. And I'll come back and show you some more the next time. So this is Zeus. It's starting to look like a little baby here. You guys have a nice day. Thanks a lot for watching. Please tell your friends. Have them subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye.
Hey YouTube, thanks for watching our video today. Real quick before the up next video starts playing, do us a favor and smash the like and share buttons. If you want to see more of our content, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you're notified when we post new content. If you want to start your own project or just order some supplies, check out our store at www.lokceramics.com. Hope to see you in the next video.